I don't know who's hearing this. I'm sure hopefully there's a new people in the chat to hear this. Okay. PSA: please stop building 8S 5-inch drones. Please stop.
Why?
Thank you.
Why? Why don't you like power and speed?
I don't like failing equipment, untested hardware, and issues with these things. And I'm tired of dealing with them. And I'm tired of new people building them because they think they're the fastest drone you can buy, and they need to be 8S on 5-inch because God, I can't. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I just
No,
you don't understand how fast.
beginners should not build 8S on 5-inch.
But that's
For
who's
sure.
doing it. Is I
That's
mean,
dumb.
yeah.
That's dumb.
It's primarily beginners. I keep seeing beginners build 8S 5-inch, and
I
then
had a I had
sometimes
a
8S 7-inch. But I've seen desyncs on 8S 7-inch a lot without tuning too.
yeah,
I just think
8S
like
8S
out of
is
the
overkill.
box,
Beginners
yeah,
shouldn't
out of the
touch
box
8S.
on this stuff, it just doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't work like the other drones work. You have a higher risk. You're closer to the voltage limits again because we're back to the issue we had with 6S on 6S ESCs. Like, it's fine, but you're just closer
Yeah.
to that voltage limit. Spikes are
Yeah.
going to be worse for the equipment.
Well, and
Um,
the performance gain is completely irrelevant to a beginner, right? Absolutely. Absolutely.
yes.
6S
What
6S
what
5
I
inch
tell
is
people
fine.
is,
6S 7 inch is fine.
yeah, what I say is build your success dream drone or whatever. And if you're really having an issue the way you fly, somehow you're super heavy and you're sagging and you can't solve it some other way, then we'll come back to it. But there's so few people that actually need an 8S 5-inch drone. Like
Yeah.
you're just not doing things that need it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, and as a beginner, you're not prepared. It's like, hey, I bought my 16-year-old his first car. It's a 800 horsepower supercharged Mustang. You don't have the skill to manage the power. Not only do you not need it, quote unquote need, what's need? This is a hobby, right? But you're not doing yourself any favors. You're giving yourself something that will only make trouble for you. Not just in terms of your piloting skill. You may be the best pilot in the world. I can handle the speed. But you don't know how to select equipment that's not going to fry. Like my AOS, my AOS 200 mile an hour drone, right? I put the Rotor Riot stack in it. Burned up the ESC, burned up the motors. And it was on 8S. That ESC is supposed to be 8S rated. Well, I'm not even talking about like I'm doing like high speed runs or whatever. I'm talking about, well, okay. Someone had done high speed runs. They had done one run to 75% throttle, according to the DVR that I found on the air unit after the. I don't know if you saw that video, Blunt. Did you see that video?
I do not.
Yeah. So I sent my 200 mile an hour drone that crashed because I didn't realize a nuance of how failsafe worked, and I accidentally failsafed it while I was testing Return to Home. I sent it to Skip, a Trades FPV from 533. He has a service. He builds and repairs drones, and he was coming over to my house, and I was going to sell him a radio for $100. And he came over, and I said, "Hey, I just had a thought. How much would you charge me to fix this drone? I want to fly this drone again. I just can't get around to putting it back together. I've had other shit to do, but I really would like it to be done." And he was like, "I'll trade you for the radio." So he traded me $100 to put this drone back together. And he came and he dropped it off at my house when I wasn't there. I got home, I pull out the drone, and I go and I start checking out the air unit, making sure everything's working. There's footage on the air unit of somebody taking this drone to like 200 miles an hour. Or 160, 170 miles an hour. I didn't quite hit full throttle. Now, that wasn't me, because like that would not be legal. And so like it was very curious. He said it wasn't him either, so I don't know what happened. But the footage was there. Anyway, when I took it out to fly it, I was like, okay, well, let's see what and I put it in the air, and I was just hovering, and I flipped it out of angle mode, or into angle mode, I don't remember, and then boop, it just boop, 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 and the ESC burned. So my point is, 8S stuff is more likely to fry. I wouldn't use the Rotor Riot ESC on 8S anymore. Certainly not on a 200 mile an hour build. Maybe it was still hot from those runs that pilot did. Although how long is it going to stay hot? But anyway, yeah. Stick to 6S. Stick to 6S. You'll be fine. I had a guy. He emailed me and he was like, "Hello, I am building a drone. It is a 15-inch octocopter." can you tell me how to wire up the receiver or something? You're like, what battery do I need? And I'm like, stop, do not proceed. Like, I don't want to gatekeep, but, and like, obviously, like the first time you build a 15-inch drone, you're going to have questions, but like, you should already know how to wire up the receiver, or you should not be building a 15-inch octo.
Yeah, somebody the other day asked me about a 13. I had the same response. My rule is above 7. Anything above 7, I don't help with because, like, unless it's an advanced question with some
unless you
understanding.
demonstrate to me that you already know. If you know 75% of what you need to know, and you just need help with the last 10 or 15%, okay.
Correct. You
But
shouldn't
if
be
you-
learning to set up Betaflight with me on a 10-inch drone. You shouldn't be learning to bind a receiver on a 10-inch drone. It's just not like you should have some weird little quirk like you didn't know about or something. That's fine. Yeah.
And I had one person, and again, I don't want to be a dick, but also there's a time to draw a line. You know, I want to be supportive. He was like, "Well, what milliamp hour battery should I use?" And I was like, you haven't told me what motor you're using. You haven't told me what your motor kV is. I don't know your battery voltage. I can't answer that question. And this was a guy who's building a 15-inch octocopter. He said, well, I got some 2205 motors at 2800 kV. And I was like, stop! Do not proceed! He was like, well, what motor should I use? I was like, nope! Nope, I'm not going to take you one more step down the path to making a big mistake that will cause... I'm trying to save you, sir. I don't mean to be an asshole and gatekeep, but it will be bad for your wallet and potentially your legal liability if you actually build this drone. So, anyway.